Recently, I finally got around to watching Drive Away Dolls, so let's review. Drive Away Dolls takes place in the year 1999, which, as a child of the 90s, that already has brownie points for me. And it's about these two young women that take a job where they have to deliver something, and it turns out that what they are delivering is the head of a criminal, and that this entire job is part of some criminal scheme. And meanwhile, they are on the run from two other people that is looking for them. Now, this movie came out much early in the year. It was a movie that was on my radar, but I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and watch. But I finally sat down to watch it, and what mainly attracted me to this movie was just the two leads, Margaret Qualley and Geraldine. I'm not gonna try to pronounce her name, but I've seen her in other things, mainly this movie called Package, which was released on Netflix years ago. And then Margaret Qualley, I know her from other things, and she is the daughter of Andy McDowell. Nepotism! But regardless, there are two young actresses that are always on my radar, and I'm willing to check out whatever they're in. Now, I quite dug this movie, but I didn't expect this movie to be what it was. And I mean that in a good way, because, like I said, I was mainly attracted to this movie because of the two leads. And so I kind of went into this movie cold, but what I really didn't expect this movie to be was to be a movie that was for lesbians. It was for the LGBTQ plus community. But I really dug the hell out of it. And what I also didn't know is that this movie was directed by one half of the Coen brothers, Ethan Coen. So I guess he's trying to branch out and do his own thing, and I'd say this was a pretty valiant effort. But Margaret Qualley and Geraldine V, they're the two characters that they play. They are definitely the heart of the story because they're two lesbians living in 1999, and though the world is progressing, but not progressing quite enough as we know to today, even despite how divisive the world is right now. But they're two lesbians that just happen to be friends with each other. They never really entertain the thought of having a relationship with each other or pursuing each other. It is basically a cross crunchy journey about the two ladies discovering themselves. Margaret Qualley's character, she's the more out there person, while Geraldine, she's the more reserved one. And her friend is just there to pretty much get her out of her box. This movie is also quite funny too. I had some pretty good chuckles throughout this movie. Anything these two ladies are in, I will check out because I think they are two young rising actresses that have been in things that I've liked for the most part. And I can't wait to see how their careers progresses in the future. Pedro Pascal, he's basically the head that is in the package, and they don't even know it's there until much later in the movie because it, like I said, the movie focuses on the two ladies and all the criminal stuff that's almost ancillary. Coleman Domingo is also somebody that is on my radar, especially after last year and the year he's had. And it's funny because watching him in this movie, I almost thought that that was Danny Glover, which he played Danny Glover's character, Mister, in the Color Purple remake. But of course, anytime I see this man get work, I am going to support it no matter what. Jenny Feinstein, who is the younger sister of Jonah Hill, and she's been in other things that I've seen her in, and so I'm glad that she's still getting work because I haven't seen her in anything since American Crime Story, Impeachment, where she played Monica Lewinsky. So it's cool to see her here. Matt Damon has a small role here, but it's significant to the story. If you've not seen Drive Away Dolls, I highly recommend it. It was a fun little story to put on at night. If anything, just watch for the talent that is in this movie, and I am curious to see what Ethan Coen does next as a solo director. Like I said, I quite dug this movie. I'm gonna give Drive Away Dolls the thumbs up emoji.